Hello everyone, this is Diane. I have been making some glue books. Over the last couple of weeks I've made 6 glue books. 4 of them are going in my shop and I want to show them to you now. First I'll show you just the covers of the 2 that are not going in my shop. This is the one I'm going to put aside for me to use because the glue book I'm working in now is getting full. It won't take long to finish it up. So I love this My Book House One Pair of Stairs cover. I just love that little girl sitting there with the book on her lap and her doll, because 2 of my favorite things when I was a little girl were books and dolls. And I used a piece of vintage patchwork on the spine because I also love patchwork. And they're just the same kind of pages that you'll see in the other books. This one is a little different, so sorry. This one is a little different, so I'll show you a little bit inside this one. This one is for my niece. While I was making these glue books, she contacted me and asked me if I could make a book that she could paste in and keep things from her adventures, things that she does with her boyfriend. So we came up, I sent her a few pictures of book covers that I have, and she liked this one. The boy and the girl holding hands there, and it's called The Magic Garden. And it's just got some pretty floral fabric and lace. I like the white cover. But I thought that with the purpose that she wanted it for, I thought that some pockets would be useful. So I did include 3 pockets in each signature. So there's this kind of pocket on the front page. This is wallpaper. And I selected pages for her that were suitable for her, and she's not going to be using it as a glue book, so I wanted some that looked pretty. And there's a pocket here in the form of this white sack. There's another pocket there. So actually there's 4 pockets. There's the other. So there's that kind of pocket in those kinds of pockets in all 4 signatures. There's a printable postcard that I put on that one. So just really pretty pages that I knew she would like. She's an artist, so I included some art pages. And she likes vintage women and gardens and stuff like that. So I think that she will like this book. Now the other 4 are going to go in my shop, so I'm going to show you all 4 covers, and then I'm going to do a flip through of one, because they all have the same sort of pages in them. I have one more Book House book, and that one is this one, In the Nursery, with the green cover and this pretty floral spine fabric and a little bit of lace. There are some markings on the back because it's an old book. The corners are just a little bit worn. And I put a book plate here. These are the original end papers. And there's a green gingham and a rickrack on the inside. So the kinds of pages we have are wallpaper, book pages, a variety of different book pages. This is came off a tablet, but it was for planning out your week. Scrapbook paper. There's another book page, and this was a large art book, art instruction book. This is from a calendar. This is a graph paper, but it's sheer. It's kind of like a vellum, almost. Tracing paper. I'd say a thick tracing paper. And of course, you're going to glue stuff all over these, so I mean, I really love this Degas ballerina. I don't think I'd be able to glue over that one, but it's a needlepoint one. So I didn't choose my favorite papers, although they're pretty nice looking. Because I don't want you to feel like you can't cover them up when you want to glue stuff in there. Second signature. Now this is from the wallpaper book, but it is one of the information pages, and it's got something glued on it right there. Not sure why. There's an envelope, large envelope. There's some line paper. You can glue over that, or you can actually use it to write on. Wrapping paper. Some of the papers seem kind of thin like this, but once you start gluing on them, it'll thicken them up and make them a little sturdier. Here's the other side of the envelope. So I think it's fun to have a window envelope in your glue book so that you can glue something fun here and there. Let it show through the window. You can cut this flap off if you don't like it. And the third signature, we have some wallpaper again, book page, wrapping paper. This is a sturdier wrapping paper. This is actually from a book of music, but the music had the covers of sheet music on them, and then it would have the song. So it's a really nice, great paper, and it has beautiful images as well as the music. Some graph paper. This is the cover of a notebook. This was out of a music book, music instruction book, but it was at the end of the book where the teacher would fill out this certificate of award when the student finished the book. I thought that was fun. So those are the kinds of pages that are in these books. So this one is in the nursery. I think I might put them all in one listing with the drop-down box. So we have in the nursery, we have Math Magic. This is a childcraft book, and it had all this open space there, so I just did a collage of some fabric pieces that were cut out. And this is that flocked rickrack that I just got from Becky and Heidi. And I just put some pom-pom trim at the bottom for fun. I used this spine fabric, and I thought that was, there's no real red in the book, but for some reason I liked the contrast. There's red on the back, but I liked the contrast of this red with this, and then I added this red piece, and that kind of brought the red over. And there is the end paper. I used one of the pages from the books to make this end paper, and I just glued this little label you can write your name on. And on the back is another page from the book, and a pocket that I made from a printable fruit crate label glued to a file folder. And I just put this large card in there that you can collage on or write on. And it has the same kind of pages. They're different, of course, different calendar pages, different wrapping paper pages, art book pages, and, you know, all kinds of book pages. So they're the same type of pages, but they vary. Math Magic. Then we have two typing books with very similar titles. So this one is College Typing. This one is College Typewriting. I'm going to go through that one first. The corners were pretty ratty on this one, so I did put some metal corners on. And these were my last set of Tim Holtz corners. I have 3 corners left, and none of them match. I don't know how that happened, but I have some of the more plain ones, so I have to order some more of the corners. But anyway, there were some stains on this cover, so I again used some patchwork pieces that I got in a bag of fabric scraps and added a little pom-pom trim for fun. And this braid piece with some fringe makes really fun decoration on the cover. And this upholstery fabric. I used pages out of the typing book for the end papers. Typing books are bound at the top, so you can flip them like that. So, so the raw edge was up here. So I wrapped it with fabric, front and back. There's another page from the book, and it had some notes that someone made in pencil. I put about 10 or 11 sheets of paper in each signature. So it doesn't look like there's a lot in there, but once you start gluing on them, it thickens it right up. And so I don't put more than that in a glue book usually, because I can't get that piece of thread off. Because I personally don't like gator mouths, and you would end up with a gator mouth if I put too many pages and then you put glued stuff on every page. It would be really fat. So I gave you lots of room. There's room between the signatures. I gave you a 2.5-inch spine. So there's room between the signatures. So there's lots of room for the pages to thicken up. That one was college typewriting. This one is college typing. And it is shorter. But again, it was hinged at the top. When the book is hinged at the top and you flip it open, of course, if you're going to flip it this way now, the end paper is upside down. The other one had white end paper, so I was able to glue the typing pages over it right side up. But I left these end papers, and it's upside down. If that bothers you, of course, just do some collaging over it. And I flipped the back cover upside down so that the raw edge is at the bottom, but this page is right side up. And again, same kind of pages. Okay, so I'm going to review the 4 books that are in my shop. College Typing, which is the shorter one. It is 9 inches by 8 inches. So it's not much taller than it is wide. College Typewriting is 10.5 by 8.5. Math Magic is 7 by 10. And In the Nursery is 9.5 by 7. Those are the 4 books available. I will also be sending with each book some cut-off pieces that you can use to make ephemera, or like just cut squares and shapes and strips out of these and use them to embellish your book, and a little bit of ephemera that you can use to glue in. So I'll be sending a little bit to get you started. I hope that you like these glue books. I hope that you have been wanting to get going on a glue book, because it is so much fun. If you don't know what a glue book is, I have a playlist. You can check out my playlists, and I have a playlist of glue books, both the ones that I make and there's a playlist for actually using my glue books. So you can check those out. And I will see you soon in the next video. I'll be working on some Woodlands journals. And I hope you have a creative day today. Bye-bye.